All right, what's going on, everybody? So you already know who I am, BG. I'm here with my boy 3MG.
What's going on, everybody?
We are live in LA at E3, the convention center in LA, right behind us. So we're gonna do our review for all the press conferences, starting out with Bethesda. So Bethesda started out with their conference. The first thing they showed was Quake, cinematics, no gameplay. What did you think?
I thought it was cool. I think after how many years Quake they've been the last launch of a Quake game has been for years now. To see them bring it back to life, I'm actually happy about it. I haven't really played a Quake game before, but I'm interested to see what they're gonna bring to the table. What you thought about Quake?
I mean, it was cool to see that they're bringing it back. They're doing a lot of fan service. Honestly, the whole Bethesda conference to me was a little bit disappointing because they were missing the key games that I wanted to see, such as The Evil Within and some content regarding Wolfenstein. So that's why I had put Bethesda towards the bottom of the conferences in terms of best to worst. So they were just missing out on most of the games that I wanted to see. So, but I mean, the first announcement of Quake was okay.
Personally, I think I enjoyed Dishonored 2 the most. Dishonored 2, I thought them demonstrating at least 15-20 minutes of gameplay was definitely awesome, showing us all the different abilities and stuff like that that's going to be introduced in the game. You play as, I think, the main character. Do you remember his name?
It's Emily Caldwell, who is the new character, and Corvo Attano. I was a big fan of the first one. I loved it. So that was honestly the only thing, that and Skyrim Remastered, that kind of saved the conference. For me, everything else, it was cool, but I'm not, as much of a diehard Bethesda fan as everybody else. They have, a good amount of games that I'm interested in, but some that I'm obviously not.
They announced, I think, Prey. Remember,
yeah.
We seen some. I think it was a cinematic gameplay, or
yeah,
was it
cinematics also.
And at the very end, we seen everybody just cheering on for Prey. These are some games that I actually have not really touched. The majority of them were on PC, if I'm not mistaken. So I haven't really touched base with a lot of these games. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with that. But other than that, just the conference itself, I think the after party was awesome. They had Blink-182 there. They had food, drinks. You was able to meet a bunch of people. Personally, yeah, I would have to put this one on my bottom list. I have Elder Scrolls Online. I only played it for a little bit, but I'm glad to see that they're really out here, and the developers of Elder Scrolls Online trying to update the game. They came out, demonstrate some new tweaks and some new modes and expansions that they're gonna bring to the table. So I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. So there was Elder Scrolls Legends, some Fallout 4. They're bringing more content. Machines, elevators, they're calling it, I believe, Fallout contraptions, for people to,
custom build their own stuff, construct their own environments. They also have expansions coming for, what is it, Fallout Shelter,
right,
which is also coming to the PC as well.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
I never played Fallout Shelter. I'm obviously not a fan of Fallout, but I understand that a lot of their fans, that's probably one of their biggest, IPs. So it was definitely, a lot of the fans were happy. And also you get to build your own vault, not only your base, but you would get to build your own vault now. Fallout Shelter is also coming to PC. They announced a Skyrim remaster for PS4 and Xbox One, which was rumored for a long time. A lot of people have been wanting that. They announced some more Doom content, I believe.
Oh yeah, they got some more modes, some free modes that are coming into the game. They're gonna come out with a couple map packs and all that, and introduce some new, gear. I think they mentioned. They did mention some new gear, but they also mentioned another rune monster. I think another demon.
Yeah, another demon. I think it's called the Harvester. Yeah,
the Harvester demon. So I think that's pretty cool.
They announced Bethesda VR there. We actually got to play
HTC Vive.
Yeah, Doom in VR. It's pretty good. It was interesting.
Personally, because when you hear all this VR stuff, you think, with the resolution that they all talk about, it didn't look as much as graphically impressive, but I thought just the fact of reading your body and the one-to-one, just every movement you make is like a split second, is literally accurate to what you were doing in the game. I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Getting into a little bit more about Dishonored, they showed off some gameplay, some visuals. They're making the game with a new Void engine because of the visuals. They wanted to, improve the lighting, shadows, and all those effects. They showed off some new moveset. For example, Emily's moveset, such as Mesmerize, Shadow Walk, Timepiece, which looks it's a really creative set of moves. And one thing that they've said is they're okay with players actually kind of breaking the game and coming up with these different combination of moves to use to get through the game. Far Reach, Domino, and you could play as Emily or Corvo in Dishonored too.
Yeah, which I thought was cool, the transition over from both the father and his daughter, because for those of you who didn't know, Emily I think it's 20 years, or how many years later?
It's about 20 years later.
Yeah, that they take place with this one. I thought it was pretty cool to see that they had this new mechanic where you go back in time, you have this specific, what was it, this object?
Timepiece, yeah.
The timepiece, and you were able to maneuver around like whichever part of the game you're at and go back in time to where there was nothing around, and then you'll see enemies on the other side and you'll be able to like get to the other side, just like do assassinations, stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so overall, Bethesda's conference was just average to me.
Party was nice.
Yeah, after party was pretty crazy. A lot of drinks, food. Got to meet a lot of industry people were there. We saw Adam Sessler.
Adam Sessler was dope. He was a real nice
Morgan
guy.
Webb was there. Did we see any? I think we met
I met a few people, but
Michael Pachter was there, drinking. He was sipping. He was, real cool. So it was real fun after.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, Bethesda, they definitely held it down with the after party, allowing us to try some of their games. Even with that new Elder Scrolls strategy card game that they introduced, I think it looks pretty cool. Not a big strategy card game player, not really good at those games, but I thought it was cool to see that they're really trying to cater to a lot of different type of gamers out there. So kudos to Bethesda. All
right, so that's our review on the Bethesda conference. Thank y'all for watching. Any more comments, Riggy?
Nah, man, just be enjoying E3 out here. We got some more interviews. We got some more coverage, so stay tuned for that, fellas.
And we got the review for the rest of the conferences coming really soon, so make sure y'all check those out. All right, we out of here. Peace.